Hey, Ty.
Oh Lord, Jesse made another.
You was good. It's your boy KidBrims, aka the Jersey Guy of Westchester, and I'm back at y'all again after a long 2 years. I apologize. After a long 2 years, I'm coming back at y'all with another episode of the KidBrims Show. Last time I came out with an episode, it was like 2 years ago when the Knicks were in the playoffs, and I was saying, what the Knicks have to do in order to beat the Hawks. I think it was after like game 3 or something like that when the Knicks tied it 1-1, and then obviously they end up losing that series 4-1, and the Hawks went on to the Eastern Conference Finals, losing to the Milwaukee Bucks, and we all know the Milwaukee Bucks went on to win the NBA Finals that year. But since the season is done, this is like Christmas for all NBA fans pretty much, because you already know NBA free agency is here, and it has already been a hectic one. You already know, all of us basketball fans are always sad when the NBA is done, but then yet come around now, free agency, you got trades, you got people signing all this money. I'm trying to be like them when I grow up. I'm trying to get all this money too. They get into the bag, the purse, everything, man. But since day one of NBA free agency happened the other day, one big signee, well, I should say trade, was Deshonte Murray landed on the Atlanta Hawks with Trae Young. Now, I'm interested on how that duo is going to work, because they're both point guards. They both like to facilitate. Maybe Trae Young takes that Curry role and plays off ball. We know Curry does play point, but he does run a lot off ball. Draymond be setting him up and all that, and we already know Curry's one of the GOATs, bro. That's not even for debate. Curry is one of the GOAT. So I'm definitely interested on how Deshonte Murray and Trae Young is going to play out. Now, Deshonte Murray did get traded for Danilo Gallinari and multiple picks, and Gallinari did get traded to the Spurs, but today, that they said not too long ago as I'm recording this episode, are trying to reach an agreement for a buyout, and he does intend to sign with the Celtics, which isn't a bad pickup at all for the Celtics. Gallinari, ex-Knick GOAT, that was my boy when he was on the Knicks, man. I missed Gallo, that young Gallo on the Knicks. But again, that wouldn't be a bad, sign for the Celtics to pick up Gallo. That's another person. Now, he is kind of streaky in my opinion, but when Gallo is hot, he could definitely get you a good 10 to 15 points off the bench. Definitely get you a good 10 to 15 points off the bench. Now, we already know Ja Morant signed an extension. We know he wasn't going anywhere. Nikola Jokic signed an extension. He wasn't going anywhere. We already know that. Now, Zion is signing an extension. I honestly thought Zion was going to be out of there, because it didn't seem to me, in my opinion, that he didn't want to be there in New Orleans, because, us Knicks fans and the media loves to sway us and say that, Zion always wanted to be a Knick. We got my son RJ Barrett is over here, one of his teammates seen with Cam Reddish. So, it would have made sense for him to come to the Knicks. But, New Orleans, now I'm going to say this, right? New Orleans is not a bad team. We seen them play the Suns. They did put up a great matchup against the Suns. But at the end of the day, we knew what the Suns do. CP3 went off, Booker went off, But now that Zion is back, and hopefully he stays healthy, because, I don't want Zion to be one of those, he's going to be a bust, or he's a bust, because he hasn't been playing, because he's always hurt. He had a problem with his foot. He had surgery on his foot. So, I want to see Zion play. And Zion is an exciting player as well. And now you have CJ McCollum on that team, who was traded during the season. This past season, he was traded to the Pelicans. So having CJ, who's a bucket getter, then you got Brandon Ingram. Brandon Ingram is like a baby KD to me. He can go get you a bucket. Then you have Valanciunas, and now you put Zion back on that team. Yo, the Pelicans low key a sleeper in the West. I'm trying to tell you, Pelicans are definitely a sleeper in the West. So then with my Knicks, the draft comes. They don't get Jaden Ivey. They couldn't make a deal with Jaden Ivey. And then they trade away all their picks, typical Knicks stuff. Like, of course. Then, when Deshonte Murray was, say the Spurs weren't available for the trade, I'm thinking, the Knicks got all these picks. You might as well try to trade for Deshonte Murray. You looking for a point guard. Deshonte Murray is nice too. But then, your focus was on Jalen Brunson. Now, in my opinion, because I don't want to get too hyped, and I don't want to make this a Knicks rant, as usual. But Brunson is nice, but with the way that he got paid, I don't think, in my opinion, that he's worth that much. Now, again, Brunson is nice. He did, he did his thing on the Mavs and everything, but the way he was getting paid, I think they settled on the first reports were 4 years for 110 mil, and I was like, nah, you tripping, like you bugging. He ain't worth that much. He's definitely not worth that much. But now you have him at 4 years for 105 mil. It's not bad. I do want to see Brunson be successful on my favorite team, because I'm a diehard Knicks fan. So I want to see Brunson do successful and prove me and other people wrong. But I still think it's too much. And then the Knicks re-signed Mitchell Robinson, which I like. 4 years for 60 mil. Mitchell Robinson is definitely worth that. He's still young. He's very athletic. He's a lob threat. The Knicks, can you definitely need him as a center. He was obviously when that with the draft with RJ Barrett, and they definitely got him in the steal for the second round. So I love Mitchell Robinson and I love Sims. Have them as the centers, So and then the Knicks signed some dude from the Clippers, like Smorgasbord or whatever, however you Hartenstein. I don't know how you say his name. I've never seen him play before either, so it's like, yeah, I don't know who that is, bro. I definitely don't know who that is. But I guess they say these are the Knicks are making big moves. We're gonna make some big moves, and these are the moves they make. Brunson, Mitchell, who I'm not mad at, and Hartenstein, Smorgasbord, whatever his name is, they get him. And then another big news was that we didn't know what Kyrie was going to do, and then he opts in for his contract. His contract, I think it was like 35 mil or whatever. And legit, the next day, KD was like, you know what? Nah, you know what? I'm out of here. Yo. I want to get traded. So I'm like, bruh, 3 years. They said 3 years to the day that they both signed with Brooklyn, and now 3 years later, KD requests for a trade, and now Kyrie is trying to force his way to the Lakers, which is hilarious. But if I'm the Lakers right now and I want Kyrie, I'm giving up Westbrook. Well, I don't know if they can get Kyrie and KD at the same time, but if they can, if I'm the Lakers, I'm giving up Westbrook and I'm giving up AD and picks for both of them. Because you think about it, if everybody, all the Lakers fans like, oh my God, if Kyrie, AD, and Bron is on the same team, it's going to be crazy. No. Let's be honest. On paper, yeah. But think about this. You got Anthony Day-to-Day Davis, who's always hurt. He tie his braids. He out for 6 months. Then Kyrie, I don't know. He just don't want to play sometimes. And then, you got LeBron with low management and everything. So they would have the most missed NBA games in NBA history. I'm just being honest, bro. Like, yeah, it looks nice on paper, but can you stay healthy? Are you going to play the game? Like that. Now, if you play the game and everybody does well, then yeah, they could be the best team in the NBA. But if you hurt from walking the wrong way, your braids is too tight, you don't feel like playing because the stars don't align or some shit like that, of course it ain't gonna work out. But if all that stuff does work out, then Lakers back to being one of the top teams. But it also depends, because they signed a lot of players. The Lakers did definitely sign a lot of young talent. So instead of having all them old players on there, the White, Melo, even though they both still nice, but still like that wasn't going to get them a chip. It definitely wasn't going to give them a chip. They didn't even make the play-in. So it is what it is with that. But I'm more interested in seeing where KD is, because we know that Cat signed an extension, but I'm hearing that now he might get traded. I know Zach LaVine is about to sign an extension. He's staying with the Bulls, so that's definitely like a given. But I'm interested to see where KD is going. Now they did say that it is also funny how KD requested trade, and it's to the number one seed in the East, which are the Miami Heat, and then the number one seed in the West, which was the Phoenix Suns. And we know that Devin Booker just signed his extension. So it's like, who can the Brooklyn Nets get in return for KD? Now, I was hearing things about DeAndre Ayton. Like the Suns might move on from DeAndre Ayton, but Ayton for KD it's not equal. And DeAndre Ayton isn't a bad player. Like he's a really good big man, but he's not on KD's level. Let's just keep it a buck. He ain't on KD's level. So it's like you can't trade Bam. Because I just found this out. Now, I didn't even notice that Bam is still under his rookie contract or something like that. And they can't trade people who are under rookie contract. I don't know what it was word for word, but it was something like that. So now I'm sitting here. I'm like, wow, that's really crazy. Like, I didn't know that. So it's like, I know y'all not trading Devin Booker, because that's the Suns' future right there. So I know that's not going to happen. So it's like, who are you giving up? You're going to have to give up probably like Ayton, maybe Mikal Bridges, Jay Crowder, and some picks or something like that in order to bring KD in. But now you just lost, Crowder, who's a role player, who's a decent role player, and Bridges, who's a decent role player now, for KD. But again, that kind of is worth it. But then, if you trade Ayton along with that, now it's like, so who's your big man? Because JaVale McGee just went somewhere else. I forgot where he went. So it's like, how is that going to work? And then the Miami Heat. Now, you can't trade Bam because, again, he's under the rookie contract, something like that. So now it's just like, I know you don't want to get rid of Jimmy Butler. Y'all just made the Eastern Conference Finals again. Because nobody really talks about the Heat, in the media when they were the number one seed. Nobody was really talking about the Heat like that. So it's like, who would you give up? I know Tyler Hero would probably come up as a discussion. Give him up, and like other people, but I don't know. I definitely not give up Jimmy Butler, because then what would be the point of just trading Jimmy to Brooklyn, sending Jimmy to Brooklyn for KD? Like, no, because I know KD would want to play with Jimmy Butler, so it wouldn't make sense. But it's like, as well, it's just crazy to me, because, again, the bias in me, Kyrie and KD, you should have been a Knick. This wouldn't have happened. I don't care what anybody says. If y'all was on the Knicks, none of this would have happened. None of it. But I digress. It's okay. We'll be alright. I'll be alright. Then you have the Bucks. They re-signed Bobby Bifocals Portis. Ex-Knicks legend. It's crazy how many ex-Knicks I'm saying in this episode. You got Bobby Portis. Bifocal GOAT. Signing with the Bucks. And I'm surprised nobody is talking about this. That Joe Ingles is now signed the 1-year deal to the Bucks. Do y'all forget Joe Ingles? Joe Ingles was dumb nice on the Jazz, before I think he tore his ACL a few years back. And I think he was hurt this year. I'm not quite too sure, but that is an amazing piece to add, Joe Ingles. He's a shooter. He's one of the nice shooters. He can, pass a little bit. He play defense. So now, with the Bucks having Chris Middleton coming back, because honestly, I think the Bucks maybe, more than likely, in my opinion, would have beaten the Boston Celtics if Chris Middleton was back, because Giannis definitely did need him in that series, and when Chris Middleton got hurt, it was bad, because it's like, all right, we stopped Giannis, and we know True Holiday is not really like a shooter like that, or like he'll go get you buckets, but it's not like at a consistent rate. You have Chris Middleton, get you boards, get you assists, and can get you points, and has a jumper and everything. So like if Giannis has an off night, then Chris Middleton steps up. So you had Giannis having an off night, and you really had nobody else. Everybody else had an off night. But that's another team that I think might reach the finals. We still got time left in the free agency, but like right now, then you have the Warriors. I'm never counting the Warriors out, because they still have their core. Gary Payton the second just signed with the Portland Trail Blazers. I think it was like a 3-year 20-something million deal, something like that. And now you have John Wall, who I'm excited. Hopefully John Wall stays healthy, that he intends to sign with the Clippers. I think he just signed recently, like a few minutes ago, again while I'm making this episode, which is crazy, for I think 2 years, $14 million with the Clippers. And PG did come back towards the end of the season. They did make the playoffs. They did make the play-in, but they lost in the second round of the play-in, if I'm not mistaken. And now you have Kawhi Leonard coming back. So now you have John Wall. Reggie Jackson is still there, but I'd rather much have John Wall. People forget, when John Wall was healthy, he was averaging 20 and 7, like it was nothing. So now you have John Wall at point guard. You got PG back, and Kawhi comes back. And they still got Zubac there. You still got Reggie Jackson. So it's like, Clippers is another team in the West. If Kawhi and Leonard and Wall stay healthy, they could definitely make some noise in the West. Already know Memphis is definitely going to make some noise with that team, because it was crazy to me how when Ja was out for a long period of time, how they were like, I think over a stretch of like 25 games, they were like 22-3 or something like that. There was one point they were like 20-2 without Ja Morant. Like that blew my mind, because we know Ja Morant is a dog, bro. He's one of my favorite players. I love Ja Morant's game, and to see him sit out and then their team just stay on track, like I had this feeling like low key when I was watching the Memphis and the Warriors, that if Ja Morant didn't get hurt, there was a slight, I mean very slight possibility that the Grizzlies could have beaten the Warriors. But we already know, bro, Warriors championship DNA, too much experience. We know Curry wasn't going to have bad games like that, Clay either, so there was that, man. But so far, free agency has been crazy. The Detroit Pistons been making moves. The Knicks definitely need to make some better moves and better decisions, because again, I don't know, with Detroit, they had a great draft. They had Jaden Ivey, Then the Knicks traded for Durant. I think that's his name. I forgot his first name. I apologize. Durant. Then traded him to the Pistons, and then the Knicks traded Kemba to the Pistons, and they also traded Alec Burks and Nerlens Noel to the Pistons to free up cap space to obviously get Jalen Brunson. So the Pistons been making moves, and then they re-signed. I think they re-signed Marvin Bagley as well. So Pistons, and then they still have Cade Cunningham, who should have won Rookie of the Year. Let's be honest, Cade Cunningham should have won Rookie of the Year. Then you have Sadiq Bey, with the additions of Nerlens Noel being a vet, Alec Burks, and fourth quarter Alec Burks, Cade Cunningham. Pistons got a nice team. Don't sleep on the Pistons. Then you got I'm not gonna lie to you. I do not feel bad for Bradley Beal whatsoever. He should have never. This is what I don't get. I understand, you players need to get their money. You a nice player, you get to the bag, get the money however you want. But there's a certain point where you get there. It's like, don't you want to win too? Aren't you sick of losing? Because you want to stay in Washington. Yeah, it's nice. You're getting money. Everybody loves you. But bro, you ain't winning nothing. You're not winning nothing. He has won 3 playoff games in the last 5 years. 3 in the last 5 years. That's horrible. That's trash. I want to see Bradley Beal in the playoffs more. I just don't want to see him getting all this money just to play during the regular season and then that's it, and don't go to the playoffs or something like that. Nah. I want to see Bradley Beal be successful. Same thing with Dame Lillard. Dame Lillard is still important to making all this money. They can't even get past this. No, I lied. They did go to the Western Conference Finals against the Warriors that one year, but they lost. But at the end of the day, it's I want to see him consistently be in the playoffs. I want Lillard. I like Lillard. I like Bradley Beal. I want to see them more in the playoffs than just the regular season. But yeah, I definitely don't feel bad for Bradley Beal. He did it to himself, signing a max. Because I think there was one point where he said, I forgot when it was, but he didn't want to be there anymore, and he was just making all these faces, saying, we suck, this, that, and the third, but yet you still, making all this money, and you decided to stay. So hell no, I don't feel bad for that man, bro. I don't feel bad. And then the Wizards ain't really signing nobody like that. So it's what's the point? I know you want to make your money again. I understand. Get to the bag, my brother. Make your money. You feel me? Trying to be like you making this money. But at the end of the day, bro, you need to win too. You can't just keep. I don't want to see you keep losing, my guy. That's it. I just don't want to see you keep losing, because I think you one of the top shooting guards in the league, especially when you healthy. You can go for 50 anytime you feel like it. But you staying in DC ain't helping the situation, bro. You got to get up out of there. I need you up out of there. I need you on a winning team. Help contribute to another team. You feel me? So, yeah, I definitely don't feel bad, though. But get your money, my guy. And then Miles Bridges, dumbass, want to do this domestic violence cheese shit. Bro, what is wrong with you? I don't understand what goes through y'all mind doing this. Y'all getting paid to do something you love. You're getting paid to play ball. Something I wish, I wanted. Get money and play something I love, ball. And you decided you want to go on the gram, say you drinking pink lemonade. We know damn well that wasn't no pink lemonade, my brother. Come on, son. Stop playing with me, B. You know damn well that wasn't no pink lemonade. Got weed in your head, got a blunt. Then you over here hitting on your girlfriend, your wife, fiance. I think it's his girlfriend. I don't know if fiance they married or whatever. And you doing this dumb shit. What's wrong with you, bro? You just now wasted another bag. Because I'm pretty sure a team would have loved to have you on their one of these NBA teams would love to have you on the squad. And now you just threw that away by doing some dumb shit. So, like, bro, what's wrong with y'all, B? Like, why would you put yourself in that situation? I don't understand it, and I don't get it. It don't make no sense to me. Like, that is so stupid. That is dumb. That is really, really dumb. Like, please make it make sense. Like, please make it make sense. Alright, so now, 12 minutes ago, the Celtics, the Pacers actually got Malcolm Brogdon. They traded them to the Celtics, and so the Celtics got Malcolm Brogdon, and the Pacers are getting Daniel Theis, Aaron Naismith, and a first-round pick. Now, that's actually not a bad pickup. You know what's crazy about that? It's funny how Malcolm Brogdon won Rookie of the Year, and we just completely forget about it. We were like, yo, he won Rookie of the Year. That's the same thing with Michael Carter-Williams. He won Rookie of the Year. We forgot about it. Malcolm Brogdon won Rookie of the Year. We forgot about it. Those are some of the oddest Rookie of the Year winners I've ever heard of. And I remember, I was like, Malcolm Brogdon, how the hell did he win Rookie of the Year? And it just, it's just crazy. But now, the Celtics right now, again, Malcolm Brogdon make another move. You got Gallo who tends to sign with them. The Celtics could definitely go back to the NBA Finals. They definitely could go back to the NBA Finals. I'm literally, the Celtics front office is amazing. As much as I don't like Boston teams, their front office is amazing. They got Malcolm Brogdon for a steal. He's a steal. Now that's another guard. You still got Marcus Smart, Jalen Brown, Jason Tatum, Al Horford, and Robert Williams. And now you bring in, hopefully, Gallo. And now you bring in Malcolm Brogdon. Yeah, I think the Celtics could win the East again. It's going to be tougher, since everybody's going to be healthy. But I definitely think the Celtics can win the East again. But yeah, man, that was the episode. Hopefully y'all listened all the way through. I know all y'all basketball fans had to listen all the way through. I love talking about basketball. I talk about this stuff all day, every day, you feel me? But man, if you enjoyed the episode 2 of the KidBrims Show, make sure you leave a like, you comment, and you share. If you are brand new to my channel, make sure you hit that sub button. You turn on post notifications, so every time your boy drops a video, you guys will be notified. But again, it's your boy KidBrims, aka the Jersey God of Westchester, and I will holler at y'all in the next episode. And I promise I'm going to keep on this podcast. I'm gonna give y'all updates on NBA free agency and everything, bro. So make sure you hit that sub button and turn on post notifications. So again, it's your boy KidBrims, aka the Jersey God of Westchester, and I will holler at y'all in the next episode.